Hey there, welcome to this tutorial episode all about the Akai MPC sample. In this short episode, we're just taking a look at the latest firmware update. We now have access to MPC 1.3.0, and with that, it brings two small quality of life updates. The first one being that whenever you have a sample loaded to a pad, you can now hit Shift and you get access to your loop lock, but more importantly, we get access to normalize, which is a new feature. Now, I'm assuming everyone knows what normalize does, but essentially it will take whatever the volume is of your sample and ensure that it reaches 0 dB. Now, that's really useful because if you import a sample or you record a sample, let's say the input signal was pretty low and you've got a small waveform, you want to get more volume out of that, you can use Shift and normalize to bring that up to 0 dB. So it's going to make it as loud as it can without clipping it out. Now, the other thing we're being offered, if you go to Shift and MIDI config, which is pad 8, not only will you see the firmware version just to make sure you are updated to 1.3.0, if we scroll all the way down towards the bottom, you're going to find these new parameters. And what you'll see here is we have parameter takeover, knob effects, and fader takeover. Now, again, this was on my wish list, and it was the ability to change how these knobs react when you turn them. In the last firmware, they were basically set to a mode that was called latch. And as you turn these knobs or this fader, when it was in latch mode, it would often turn before it reached a certain point, it would then latch, and then you could control the parameter. Now, that still exists, so if you like the older way of doing things, it's now called pickup instead of latch. And if you click on any of these, you can change the mode. It starts with pickup, you have scaled, and you also have instant. Now, from the tests that I've done so far, if you have it in scaled mode, it's kind of somewhere between instant and latching mode. So with scaled, as you move, you'll find it's similar to latching where there can be a little bit of knob movement, but usually it picks up quicker than it does in the latching mode, or what is now called pickup. And if you move it all the way to the right to instant, that's what you get. You get instant control and instant access to move parameters. Now, you can try that out for yourself, but it is particularly useful. I do like instant, certainly when it comes to moving sample start and end points. And I've got a feeling for the most part, I will probably keep most of mine set to instant. But if you find that's not working out for you, you can drop it back to scaled, where it's kind of somewhere in between, or move it all the way back to latched, or what is now called pickup. They apparently also ironed out some bugs while they were there as well. Now, it's not a huge update, but it's certainly given me a couple of tools that were on my wish list. Who knows what we'll see in the next one? Stay tuned, I'll let you know as soon as there's another firmware update. Take care, and I'll see you again.